Good morning, y'all. It is currently 11:52 a.m. January 2nd, 2025, and I'd like to tell y'all a little story about a dream that I had this morning. I went to bed really early last night. I was feeling kind of depressed last night. I'm not going to lie. So I went to bed at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that, 6:30 p.m. And I just laid in bed for like hours and hours and hours. I don't know what time I actually fell asleep. I might have slept the whole time. I don't know. But I don't remember very many dreams. This is the only dream that I remember. I think I woke up from this dream around like 7:30ish, and then I tried to go back to sleep, but I couldn't really fall back asleep. The first thing that I remember, oh, this is a lucid dream, by the way. It didn't start out lucid, but I became lucid. The first thing I remember is being in class. I'm kind of towards the front of the classroom. I think there's like one or two desks in front of me, and I'm more towards the left. I think there's only one row of desks to my left. And I don't, disclaimer, my dream recall is still kind of shit, so I don't really remember what the class was about or anything, but I do remember that it's towards the end of the period. That's the first thing I remember. There was a song playing over the intercom, and I think it was a Disturbed song, and the song was almost over, so that's how that we could tell that the period was almost over and the bell was about to ring. There was about 4 or 5 kids that were standing along the wall by the door, ready to leave. I was still sitting in my desk. So I lean over and I pick up my stack of books and put it on my desk. When I was in middle school and high school, I used to carry my entire day's worth of stuff all throughout the day. That way I didn't have to go to my locker in between classes. So I had like a whole stack of binders, and then I had my textbooks on top of the binders. Then I had my folders on top of the textbooks, and then I had like my library book in my planner on top of that, and then I had my pencil pouch on top of that. So it was like this tall ass heavy stack. And I could tell by looking at my stack of stuff that the binders were already damaged, and they were already filled with paper. So I was thinking, oh, I must be reusing them from last year, because unconsciously I just assumed that this was like maybe not the first day of school, but early in the school year. And finally the bell rings, so I stand up and I pick up my stack of books, and my pencil pouch just like launched into the air, and it fell to the ground in front of another student, and she could have caught it, like it fell like right in front of her. And I'm like, wow, thanks, that went right between your arms. I can't remember what I said exactly, but that was the sentiment. I was like a little annoyed that she just let it fall to the floor. She didn't say anything back to me. Another girl picked it up and put it on my stack, and then we just leave. And I'm like carrying this big stack of books in my arms, and I can like barely see over it. It's kind of blocking my vision. And as we're going upstairs towards my next class, something triggered lucidity. I don't remember. It might have been the same thing that triggered my lucidity last time I had a school dream. Just thinking about, how do I know where I'm going if I don't even know where I'm going. I don't remember thinking that specifically. Or maybe it was just walking up the stairs kind of reminded me of that dream, and that maybe that's what triggered lucidity. I don't know. But I'm like walking up the stairs and I realize that I'm in a dream. So I just drop my school books right there in the middle of the stairs. And everybody around me is looking at me really annoyed. Like, why would I just drop my school books like that? So I just kept going up the stairs. And at the top of the stairs, there's a doorway to go outside. So I go outside. And this was an actual lucid dream. Like, I wasn't just following the plot, which I'm kind of proud of myself. This is the first time, spoiler alert, that I've had a lucid dream, other than last time since I started recording these vlogs, where nothing sexual happens. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I go outside and there's a bunch of people walking around outside, even though it's the middle of the school day. Like, why would people be walking around outside? And we were going upstairs, but yet when I went outside, it was to the ground. And there was like there was a sidewalk, and then there was a little bit of grass, and then there was like a brick wall next to the grass. And we were at the corner of the school, so the brick wall kind of like went in a corner. And I think that there were steps to go up the brick wall, and then it was more ground at the top of the brick wall. So we were like down in the ground. And I think about how I need to stop moving completely and really immerse myself in the dream. And that reminds me of a video that I just watched a few days ago by the channel the Lucid Mystic. If you haven't seen the Lucid Mystic, you should check out her YouTube channel. She makes a bunch of like astral projection, lucid dreaming type videos. And in one of her videos, she suggested to sit down and do open eye meditation. So just sit down and focus on your breathing while looking at everything around you and like touching the floor beneath you. So I do that. I actually sit down. I don't really focus on my breathing because I wasn't really thinking about that at the time. I just remembered that was part of it. But I'm looking around at everything around me, and I'm like feeling the grass with my fingers. I'm like bunching up the grass in my fingers. And I noticed that Teddy is there. Shout out to Teddy. If you're watching this, you know who you are. You're definitely not watching this. That'd be funny though. But I see him, and I could see his face, and I recognize him. But I noticed that stuff that's farther away is kind of blurry. Obviously, I'm wearing glasses, so I don't have like 20/20 vision or anything. And that reminds me that I've been wanting to check if I wear glasses in dreams, because I've never thought to check. So I actually reach up and I touch my face, and surprisingly, I'm not wearing glasses. And I kind of thought that once I realized that I'm not wearing glasses, that everything would get blurry around me, like how my vision actually is when I'm not wearing glasses. But everything stayed the same. So as I realize that I'm not wearing glasses, I stand back up and I go to explore more. And then that's when Kojak, my dog, he was laying on me as I was sleeping. And I must have been in really light sleep because he like adjusts his position and moves, and that was enough to wake me up. And then I couldn't fall back asleep after that. So that's that dream. It didn't start out as a lucid dream, but I did go lucid and nothing sexual happened. And if something wouldn't have woke me up, I would have kept going. So I take that as another win. And you might have noticed that yesterday I did not record a vlog. I went to a friend's house for New Year's, and I only got like 3.5, 4 hours of sleep, so I didn't dream anything, or at least I didn't remember any of my dreams. And sorry about my voice and my sniffles. I'm still a little sick, but I think that's about all. Good night and sweet dreams.